Celeb Secrets is hanging out with Ian Munsick today. This is a very, very exciting week for you. It is album release week. This is the first full-length record that you're putting out in 3 years. So is that like nerve-wracking? Like what's going through your head?
I don't think I'm nervous at all. I think that more of it, I'm just really excited to have other people hear it now, because I've heard it for the last almost year, so it's kind of old to me at this point, so I'm excited for the rest of the world to catch up on the music that I've already had for a long time, which is really awesome because the people who know about my music now are really the people that I consider the OGs that have been here from pretty much day one. So I'm excited to share it with them and to also hopefully capture a new group of people with this project.
So what was that process like for you? Because you did have a lot of time to work on these songs, and I know like you co-wrote all of them pretty much.
I love writing music and I love producing music in the studio. So anytime that it's time to make an album, it's always awesome. I've been writing music and producing my own music since I was about 18 years old. So at this point, I just feel like it's important for me to keep on writing my own music and to keep on producing my own music because that's what got me here in the first place.
So maybe can you tell us about, the story that you're trying to tell with this music?
Yeah, so the main story that I'm trying to tell is to give a voice to the people that live in the West because as we know, country music has been dominated by other regions of the country for a long time, specifically the Rocky Mountains. The people that live there are truly as country as it gets. I mean, they're ranchers and cowboys and cowgirls and the rural lifestyle that inspires my kind of the country music is all about that lifestyle. So
nice.
That's kind of the main story that I'm trying to paint and just to take my audience on a trip to the West.
Maybe can you tell me about like maybe your favorite song that you recorded on the album and why?
The one that is the most personal to me that I think that I'll be able to listen to years from now and I'll still kind of get the goosebumps is the last track on the album called Indian Paintbrush. And Indian Paintbrush is the state flower for Wyoming, where I'm from. It only grows in the Rocky Mountains, which is really cool. So I think that that's kind of a unique aspect of it. But in general, it's about respecting the land and respecting the people on the land. And I think that that's kind of the overall theme that kind of separates the West is the love for the landscape that's out there. There's beautiful country out there. So I think that that's one that will stand the test of time.
Now you have a new single out right now that is on the record, and it pays tribute to your son, which I think is really sweet. Can you talk to me a little bit more about that?
When we started to write for this album, my son was born, and it was right before COVID happened. So a lot kind of happened in 2020. I became a dad. I became a husband. COVID happened. I was writing for this next record. So a lot of life-changing things happened that helped inspire this album. Everything that I do is now for him. So it really gave me a greater purpose to make music than other than me, because that's all that I've always made music is just, this is what I love. This is how I like to spend my time. And obviously the people that I make my music for, I wouldn't be here without them. But now creatively, I have a lot more inspiration that hopefully a lot of other people will be able to relate to.
So how is that, like being a dad and being a husband and then going on the road and you have all these fans? It's kind of like a double life.
Yeah. Well, I'm very, very lucky because I get to bring my wife and my kid on the road a lot of the time. So that's been awesome. I get to spend a lot of time with him and with her. We try and make it feel as normal as we can when I'm out on the road. And he loves being on the bus. He loves all kinds of big vehicles. So getting to go on a tour bus, he loves it. And we get to travel the country, which is awesome. Up until now, he's always had to go to sleep before I go on stage.
Okay.
So there's not like a lot of, he never has gotten to really see me on stage up until recently. Then now he's old enough where he can kind of stay up and see that happen. But he got to come on stage for our VIP event the other day, and man, he loved it on stage.
Oh, that's so sweet. And I know some different artists, they'll like play the music for their kids to kind of get like a reaction to see if it's good.
Yeah.
So do you do that?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. He's just all honesty right now. So if he doesn't like it, he'll say to turn it off, and if he does, then he'll say louder. So it's a great resource.
I was gonna say, did you do that for White Buffalo? Did you get the seal of approval from him?
Yep. Yes, I did, of course. Always.
Oh my gosh, I love that. And we did talk about your favorite track on the record. We talked a little bit about the other song. What's one really track that you cannot wait for people to hear, and why?
The title track, White Buffalo. I think that they're then that one, it's going to transport people to the prairies of the Rockies, and that's exactly always what I try and do is to pick a place and pick a time to transport to my audience. And I think that White Buffalo does a great job of that. Growing up in Wyoming, I had a lot of Native American influences there. So White Buffalo kind of pays tribute to a piece of the culture that I think just important for me to help bring to light.
And later this month, you're going to the desert to play Stagecoach. That's got to be super exciting. Is that your first Stagecoach?
Yes, it will be my first Stagecoach. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Now, I know you're playing other shows too. You kind of are back on the road for your Long Live Cowgirls tour. What's that like getting back on the tour? Because I know you took a little break for some.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. We the first part of the tour, we played pretty much east of the Mississippi River, which was pretty cool. We really wanted to see how my music was responding in other places, and the people love it east of the river too, which is really cool to watch. But now that we're going to the west this spring, I'm really excited to bring my country music back to the part of the country that inspires me the most.
Inspires it. Yeah, no, great. And lastly, we are Celeb Secrets. So I ask about like secrets about, the writing, recording process. What's a secret about White Buffalo, the album, that we wouldn't know just by listening to it?
One of the main things is that I record all of my own vocals in in the room that you're looking at right now. So it's just me.
Oh.
I don't have an engineer here. I engineer my own stuff. So
Okay.
a lot of the time it's just me and trying to comb through the best versions of my own music.